Michael Badenhorst being introduced from the airport end. The first time we're seeing him in this competition. He's been operating as the 12th man in a number of games, but this time around is being given an opportunity to play in this particular encounter. You would want to make that opportunity count.
Interesting to see such a short run-up. Trying to bowl towards the off-stump, outside off-stump line there.
Yeah, Badenhorst shortening up his run up there pretty much because he wants to get his over done quickly to race through the power play.
Watchfully played, and again it's a good move by the skipper, bringing Michael on here, as Manishima Oscar hasn't really faced him before in this tournament. So something new for him to be taken on. And picks up a wicket. Third delivery of his spell. And exactly why he was brought in to bowl, as Botswana make a breakthrough in the 5th over of the power play.
Badenhorst strikes. Manishima thinking that there's width on offer, and plays it to a man who's deadly in the point region. And Pomelo Silas takes a brilliant catch. Second leading run scorer in the tournament. He has to go. He departs after a brilliant start that he had. Now he has to go. Goes for 19. Rwanda lose their first, 34 for 1.
With that wicket, some momentum being gained by the Botswana side. Have a look at that. Just a baited delivery outside off. Shot into length. And an excellent take there. That man won't miss out on catches like that. Didn't have to move a muscle. Came straight at him. And that will bring the legend Eric Dusingizimana. So many games under his belt. Big part of Rwanda cricket. Former national team. Skipper of the national side formerly. World record holder has been. Guinness World Record. And a big part of Gahanga cricket. The stadium, the very stadium the game is being played on. Takes a heave at it. In the air, will be taken. As he's on a golden pair.
Oh, what a strike. Michael Badenhorst gets 2 in his first over. It's been magnificent piece of bowling. They're trying to get rid of him, but the bounce that he's getting off that surface is becoming difficult to deal with. And just like that, Rwanda have lost their second wicket. Gone for a duck is Eric Badenhorst, making full use of the opportunity that has been given.
Yeah, Eric Dusingizimana has to depart. His stay being more brief than his introduction. And that will bring the new man in. The youngster, Daniel Gumusenge.
Well. A dream start for Michael Badenhorst here. And they'll finish off with a maiden. It'll be a maiden wicket. A maiden wicket with 2 wickets in it. Magnificent start. This is definitely what Botswana would have wanted. 5 overs done. It'll be 34 for 2 for Rwanda. Rwanda are collapsing here. Well, it's only 2 wickets that they have lost in the power play, but they haven't really made use of the opportunities of the power play. And they've lost 2 wickets for 34 runs. They got off to a blistering start. They were 19 in the first 2 overs. And they put in a few more runs. But they have now 2 batters back in the dugout. All in 1 over. Pete will be introduced from the pavilion end.
Yeah, Michael on that occasion tightening the screws of the run-on side. Picking up 2 without giving a single run. Safe as a bank.
Daniel Gumsenge on strike, and yet to get off the mark in the 4 innings that he's had in this tournament. He's only scored 33 runs, a strike rate of 100. He has an opportunity here, close to 14.3 overs to work out something for his team and for himself here.
Gumi saying it, Daniel, one of the players who's very, very capable of nudging a few runs around and getting himself set in. But it all depends on what sort of a day it has been for him. See, powerfully struck that, and that will be a boundary. Rocks onto the back foot and smashes it for 4.
Poor delivery from Pete. Half-trekker. Punished as it should be. Room and powered away. And we'll get Daniel Gumsenge off the mark, and it will give him some confidence.
That shot right there would definitely calm his nerves. We come to the end of the power play. It's 39 for the loss of 2.
That's of the power play. He got off to a blistering start. Streaky from Didier. He hit quite a few deliveries out of the park here. They won 22 in the first 2 overs, making great use of anything that was in the arc. Powerful hitting that was in exhibition of shots played here. Some neat pieces of timing. Then Badenhorst came into the attack and picked up 2 wickets within the same over, and it was a maiden. And power play that is full of action, back to back, you would say. But Botswana will feel the happy of the 2 sides after the first 6 overs.
And the danger man is back in. Has picked 2 wickets in his first over. As Didier nudges that around for a single, we'll have a change in the commentary box as Eli takes a short break. I'll be introducing Davis Karashani to the commentary box. Good afternoon and welcome, Davis.
Good afternoon to you, Zaid.
What do you have to say to the start that Michael has got himself and his side here?
I think it's taken him 4 match days sitting on the sidelines. He would have been itching to get his opportunity, and he's gotten his opportunity, picking up the first wicket for Botswana against Rwanda in close to 20 overs. And not just one, he picked up 2 in that particular over of his first over of his.
And again, look how simple Michael keeps it. Nothing extraordinary. It's just the simplicity of his bowling. Short run up, charges in, clean action, picks up wickets.
You couldn't have said it any better. Phil, as you said, pretty simple. Keeping the basics as they should be. Not overthinking things. It's considered just 2 runs. In the 10 deliveries that he has bowled, he's clearly put the brakes on this Rwandan unit that seem to want to get out of the blocks quickly.
Will be guarded in that area there for a single. And he's got a bit of a routine to his run-up. Has a gentle swing of the arm as he starts his run-up. Watch carefully there.
With the fine ball coming up, you'll want to simply close out this over without conceding a boundary.
Catches the thick outside edge, and that will race away for 4. Down to deep third man. The fielder was in no competition there.
Not much width there for Daniel to work with, but he manages to get enough wood and run it down. Thick outside edge to third man for 4 runs. Commentators cuss. And after that boundary, it is 46 for 2 after 7. Looking at the batting scorecard there for Rwanda. Very, very reliant on their openers. Didier is still out there, 18 of 17. Oscar, 19 of 15. Eric didn't bother troubling the scorers. And Daniel is still out there, 9 of 8.
And the Botswana bowling scorecard there, most expensive being Muketsi, Maloki, and the exceptional bowlers Michael Badenhorst, 2 overs, 7 runs, 2 wickets to his name already.
Katlopate will continue to operate from the pavilion end. He hasn't bowled as well as many would have liked to see him.
Starts off with a slow flighted delivery there, enticing the batsman to go for a big shot. And the breeze is quite heavy, so might seem like a reasonable option to go down the ground for a biggie. But if they ease a miss time, will find the hands of the fielders in the deep.
Quick singer there, drop and run. Much better lines and lengths from Katlopate. We've not seen a lot of turn on this wicket, but we've seen the most successful spinners are the ones that have bowled as straight as possible, bringing in the bold and LBW dismissals.
Very, very well said. On that occasion, he bowls it to off stump. Otherwise, he was targeting the middle stump. Straight, dead on. And the length is full, but it's the line which is kept tight by Catlow.
Yet again, good lines there from Katlopate. He's doing exactly what Karabo, his captain, would have asked him to do. But a good opportunity here, you feel, for Daniel. He didn't trouble the scorers yesterday. Just seems to, he needs to knock it around. Put together a partnership.
Gets away with that one, will pick up 2 runs. Slight bit of a fumble in the deep end now. The sprint, the double. Yeah, you can see he's angry with himself about not playing it right. Could have got underneath it. But again, that is much better than playing across the line. Running hard. Just a 1 is the message.
And with that single brings an end to the 8th. Rwanda 50 for the loss of 2 wickets.
Coming to the 9th over, Davis, I feel the thought process behind the run batsman here should be developing a partnership. One end can be attacking, the other can be rotating the strike, trying to get a fair total on the board. By fair, I do mean the likes of 140 plus. Botswana, last time they played each other, managed to get to 137.
There is a bowling change, obviously, from that airport end. Michael Badenhorst, the one that has picked the 2 wickets for Botswana, takes a break. And the left-arm orthodox spinners will operate in tandem.
Something about the left arm spin, they get so much drift out of the deliveries. Tries to go hard at it, doesn't time it, no timing on that, and again very, very slopey there, allowing the run inside to pick up a single out of nothing that was there.
Yeah, you'll feel that Botswana obviously have momentum in this particular game because they did pick up that big victory against Nigeria. So they want to try and replicate their near-perfect game they played yesterday. They don't want to concede too many runs to Rwanda, so that anywhere below that 140 mark, they'll feel that it is a target that is achievable for them.
A very, very tight game indeed. That was a proper tug of war between the two sides. And if there is a side that understands the values of singles, it is Team Botswana, picking up a single off the last 2 deliveries.
Good lines yet again from Moketsi Mula. Looking to hit that bullseye. 3 stumps there. It's turning out to be a good over. Consider just 1 run with the penultimate delivery to close off this over.
Yeah, great comeback this by Moloki Moketsi as he ends the 9th over. Just 1 run coming off it. It's 51 for the loss of 2. Team Rwanda moving at a steady run rate of 5.67. Earlier on today, we saw Team Uganda in the competition exploding after the power play. And there was a shift of momentum later on. A well-controlled innings by the Ugandan side. Is there a thing or two the Rwandan neighbours have picked up from that?
Obviously, in the earlier game, Uganda were slightly slow out of the blocks. They didn't have a blistering power play. But they did manage to literally switch gears. Right after the power play, we did see Robinson Obuya start to open his shoulders and pick up some big maximums. Rwanda will be hoping for something similar to that.
And chops in on. That will be the end of Gumisenge Daniel. Catlow picks his first wicket as Rwanda lose their 3rd. It's 51 for 3. The amount of dots that have been going past resulting into a wicket.
You can have that replay. Catlow paid balls from slightly wide, but you can see the angle too close, cramped for room. Daniel unable to get fine enough bat to it. He can only play it onto his stumps, ricochets on his stumps. He's gone for 13 of 17.
An excellent execution of a Dusra. Thought might be going away from him, but just stayed true to its line and came in. New man in will be Orchide to Isenge for Team Rwanda.
Well, a good passage of play here for Botswana. They've conceded just 5 runs in the last 14 deliveries, as they look to have gotten control of this particular game yet again. But I do not think Rwanda will mind the fact that Orchide will be on strike. He is a big player for them. He has a lot of experience, but you can imagine right now, he just needs to knock the ball down the ground and build a partnership with his captain on the other end.
First player for Rwanda to get to 1,000 international runs in the T20 format in the national jerseys. Orchide to Isenge, high scorer he is. Driven pass covers there. They're running hard, coming back for a quick double. Chance of a run out. Oh, and the throw not coming in well. Was half a chance there, as we'll see on the replay.
Looking at the replay there. Very full delivery, but very well struck there by Didier. Hits it wide of long off. Pomelo Silas puts in the hard work. There was a run-out chance opportunity, not taken. Big dive by Orchide. Manages to get in time.
Not the flattest of throws there. Not easy for the bowler to get to it.
Rwanda wouldn't want to lose a wicket at this stage. Even worse, through a run-out. The batter just need to put together a partnership.
Again, that deucer coming out of the hands of Catlow. Really, really well executed. We've come to the end of the halfway mark. 10 overs are done here. Team Rwanda on 53 for 3.
So looking at the batting scorecard there, the opening up batters, Didier alongside Manishiwe Oscar. Didier is still out there on 20 of 25. Oscar got 19 of 15. Eric did not bother the scorers. Daniel has just been sent packing. Scored 13 of 17 to Isenge Orchide. He's still out there. He is on 1.
Joining the wickets column is Katlupai as he picks up his first wicket. He's bowled 3 overs with an economy of 3.6. All the runs have been hard earned here. Not a single extra has come by Team Botswana so far. They've kept it disciplined there. Orchide starts the over with a single.
I don't think Mula will mind that on that delivery. Orchide seemed to simply plant his front foot, but was unluckily able to bring the bat down in time. Gives himself room, Didier. Gets wood to it. Just enough for it to fly over Karabo fielding at covers. Not too sure about that risk. I don't know if right now would be the time.
Yeah, just got outfoxed by the change in pace, the variation, and just lucky for him gets away as he lands in no man's land. 3 fielders getting to it. There seems to be some interruption there. The game will continue here. And it's very interesting also to see by the Rwandan side that Orchide Tuyisenge coming in after Gumisenge Daniel.
You look at that shuffle there, the trigger from Orchide. My worry with that is because he literally will get himself tangled there. If Mula can find a way of hitting that front pad, it would be interesting.
Yeah, been going through a little purple patch of late. Is Orchide Tuyisenge finding it a bit difficult to put on some runs.
You asked about Daniel coming ahead of Orchide. I do not think it's the world's worst decision. because it puts the youngster between two senior players. Because the captain is out there, it allows Daniel to have batted with both the captain, and in the event that or perhaps Didier would have gotten out and Ochide walked in, Daniel would have a wealth of experience around him as he batted.
He sweeps that one. But the fielder in the deep will allow just a single. We're yet to see the best of Orkide Tuisenge in this tournament. Will this be the game that he brings out the magic tricks? At the moment, he seems to be with that delivery. We come to the end of the 11th over. It's 57 for the loss of 3. Team Rwanda.
And there is a bowling change from the pavilion end. Kadlupe takes a break. Bama Kumalo will be the bowler bowling from the pavilion. It's an end that he's gotten a bit of success, you would say. Yesterday he bowled really well. He's made it a habit of bowling well, especially in his first spell. He will know that he's bowling at a decently good time, whereby the Rwandans are looking to simply rebuild their innings and put a partnership together.
Will drive it down the ground to rotate the strike there. Picks up a single.
Interesting bowling change. I think I would have, perhaps I would have been tempted to keep Kadlopate bowling, recognizing that this is a very important partnership for Rwanda. They have two senior batters on the wicket. They've kept the left-arm orthodox spinner to see if he can try and penetrate. They would have been feeling if they got one wicket here, they are in the tail of Rwanda.
Beautiful looking shot and beautiful looking effort by the skipper himself. Won't allow that one to go past him. What we saw early today morning by the Ugandan side, how the skipper Riyazat Ali Shah allowing Robinson Nobuya to go for the big shots while he rotated the strike. I guess that is the same sort of formula Team Rwanda requires at the moment. Beautiful catch taken there. Deep third man charges in and takes a dive at it. Catches it safely. Fourth wicket goes down for Team Rwanda as Didier Nikubimana has to depart.
Takes a little shuffle down the wicket, gives himself a lot of room, gets wood to it, but that wood is good enough to take it straight into the hands of Tatawone. Completes a beautiful catch down there at third man. And more importantly for Botswana, the man that's been sent back to the heart is the Rwandan captain. So there will be two new batters on the wicket for Rwanda. They must be able to find a way of rebuilding this particular inning. Difference a couple of hours can make. The replay there. Got a little shimmy, give himself room. Very well judged there down there at third man. Those catches are never easy. We've been saying the whole time that fielders at third man have become wicket-taking options. You must put a decent fielder at third man.
Yeah, definitely. You could see on that replay, soft bottom hand, not allowing the ball to go square. Would have hit it much harder there. But caught in two minds. Didn't expect a full delivery. In the end, gives away his wicket. New man in, Jean-Pierre Rukundo. We spoke about the differences that come in after the power play. Yes, they lost 2 wickets in the power play, but the runs were flowing. As the field gets spread, the run and strike rate has dropped significantly.
There is a slight delay on the wicket, but yes, Zahid, you are spot on that one. The batting in the middle phase of the T20s, the innings in the tournament, has continued to be a challenge for many teams. The dot ball percentage for quite a number of teams has been quite high. But that's the beauty about such tournaments. They will allow teams to actually look to learn and look to improve all through this international experience that they do put together. Umpires unhappy with something, I think, with perhaps part of the equipment of that looks like Jean-Pierre Rukundo.
Exciting youngster he is. Provides runs with the bat. Provides protection with the bowl. An all-rounder. Worthy of being in the national colours. Should be taken. There was a sound there. And no, says the umpire. And as Habib there gives no reaction to the loud and animated appeal of the Botswana side.
Botswana felt they nearly had their man there. They had hoped they had gotten that man, Jean-Pierre Rukundo, for a golden duck. Boma Kumalo will have to do it all over again. Good passage of play here for Botswana. Rwanda just need to find 2 batters that can put together a partnership. Right in the block hole there from Boma Kumalo. He's delivered his bowling an exceptional over so far. He's conceded just 2 runs. But more importantly is that W you will see in that wicket, that column. And that wicket was the captain.
Yeah, big blow in that over. Price wicket of the captain he's taken. That delivery to Jean-Pierre Rukundo nearly deceiving even me here in the commentary box. Such a good delivery. Every dot ball that goes by, the pressure keeps rising as the overs keep going by. We're done with 12 overs now. It's 59 for the loss of 4, Team Rwanda.
And there is another bowling change from the airport end. Moleki Mula takes a break. And Captain Karabo Modlanka throws the ball to yet another experienced player. Tarindu Pereira, he was exceptional yesterday, both with ball and bat in hand. His team will expect him to do literally what he did yesterday. Good time for him to bowl at a time when you'd feel that Rwanda are simply trying to stitch a partnership together. They will know that their batting is a bit too thin. They can't afford to take needless risk. Luckily for them, Orchide is still out there. He's a player that has over 1,000 T20 international runs. Should be looking to just knock it around and put together a partnership.
Shot of length has been struck on the leg side. Will have to settle for just a single. Don't want to take on the throw from the deep. Very rarely have these two played together, and that is why the communication between the two batsmen is going to be a bit of a worry in all formats, I must say, not even domestic. Yes, they've played against each other.
Well, Zahid, people speak about that part of people having played together for way too long, and for me, I'm a little bit skewed in that thought process. I just feel that whereas telepathy is important, it need not have to be something so important to decide on how successful you can be. It's not like batters out there need to be Siamese twins. They just need to simply be alive to what the requirements are of the situation. And right now, the situation for the batters, simply knock it around, put together a partnership, get 5-6 runs and over without taking much risk. Give yourselves a chance. There's always a lot more time than many batters actually think in T20 cricket.
Definitely, I wouldn't agree any more to that. It's just being on the same page, having the same motive. Just using the pace, dabs it down to third man.
Saeed, just slightly off the cricket. You are a man of the home conditions. It is a Sunday afternoon. Reasonably good crowd, you would say, at the Gahanga Cricket Stadium. But there's obviously pin drop silence. They recognize Rwanda are in a spot of bother. The only voices you'll hear are the 11 men of Botswana on the field and perhaps the commentators.
Beautiful shot. You ask for something, you ask for noise, and there you have it. The crowd is alive.
What an effort from Mula there in mid-wicket. Pereira completely disappointed. Yes, he did bowl what you'd say short delivery, but you'd have expected a lot better from Mula. Simply gave it a beautiful look. But much needed boundary for Rwanda.
But yeah, coming back to your question, I would say Rwandans, not the loudest of people, but they do know how to celebrate. They do know how to have the rejoicing moments, like that particular boundary. Squeeze on the offside for a single. So yes, opening up the arms there. Orkide Tuisenge can get going as well. All he needs to do is spend some time at the crease. It's a limited format of the game, but it does help his style of cricket.
Slower delivery there from Tarindo Pereira to finish this off. And after 13, Rwanda 66 for 4.
As we move into the 14th over through the course of play, I believe, Davis, what I've noticed so far is the slower deliveries are a bit of a worry because the length is decisive. The breeze that comes along creates the illusion of the ball coming much quicker. But it's nowhere to be hit once you're halfway down your swing. And that's why the batsmen have been facing trouble. Cutlow continues his over from the pavilion end.
I think a good bowling change for me from Karabo Modlanka. Bringing back his left-arm orthodox spinner. Can look to target the stumps themselves.
Trying to go hard at him, keeps it on the ground. Picks up a single. Orkide Tuisenge really trying to get underneath those deliveries, but not getting the timing nor the placement right.
Very well played there by Rukundo. Hits that down the ground. Bit of a fumble down that long on. But is unable to scamper through for a second.
Yeah, much crispy. Much better done there by Rukundo. And shots that Orkide Tuisenge has been playing of recent are a bad sign that something horrible is around the corner. So he's got to take care of that.
You feel like just the way he's lining up, that trigger movement, there's a sense of urgency he wants to go for. You can sense it. You can just tell from his body language. They scamper through. But Tarindo Pereira manages to just keep it to 1 run. Good intent there from the Rwandans. They're looking to pounce on enemy's field in the outfield.
Great work by Pereira. Making in the ground. Coming in. Just plays that one with an awkward bounce over the bowler's head.
Tried to hit that a bit too hard. Lost his shape in there. But got the inside half of the bat. Managed to get that down to long on. With the final delivery of Cutler Plate's spell. He'd want to close the over out without a boundary.
We'll find the fielder yet again. As Katlo ends his spell, he's given away 15 runs. Has picked 1 wicket. After 14 overs, Team Rwanda is on 70 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Karabo Motlanka goes for the bowling change, brings back his other left-arm orthodox spinner in Muller. He is going for the kill. He feels if he can manage to pick up 1 more scalp here, he will be in that very long tail of Rwanda. There is a change in the commentary box. Zahid takes a break, and Tawanda Eli returns.
14 overs gone, 14.2 after this delivery. Big swing into the air, taken.
Needless to say, Eli, you would say.
Absolutely. Didn't have the presence of mind to understand that he's hitting it into the wind. It held up. Slog sweep, he went for it. But in the wrong direction, you would say. Not the wrong plan. That's the wrong plan. Down the fielder's throat.
Eli, for me, it's the fact that obviously Karabo Motlanka brought Muller back with the intent of ensuring he could pick one of these 2 batters, as Orchide is obviously the last batter, you would say, for Rwanda. He's gone for 12 off a pedestrian 14 balls. So that wicket sits exactly into the plan that Karabo Motlanka has set for Rwanda. And with that dismissal brings Emil Lutiriza onto the wicket. He hasn't gotten many runs so far in the tournament, but Botswana are clearly on the charge. They can sense that they are on top of this fixture.
In the last 6 overs, Rwanda have lost 4 wickets for 20 runs. Now they find themselves 2 balls into the 15th with 5 players back in the dugout. Not a place where they would have wanted to be. Definitely, it looks like a different team that won by 10 wickets against the same team. The difference is that this time they are trying to set the target, not chase it. A decision that we questioned largely right here in the commentary box. Moloki Moketsi, not to take anything away from him, he's done well to come back. Went for 12 in his first 2. And he's done well to try and come back here.
Muller strikes down the leg side a bit too straight there, but you get a feeling that he's looking to try and get Emil Ruchiriza LBW, because Emil looks to plant that front foot. So Muller is perhaps thinking or hoping he can hit that front foot and go up in a big appeal for LBW. But you sense that this is obviously Emil is the first of the Rwanda all-rounders. The Rwanda all-rounders have continued to flutter to deceive.
Yeah, you're very much right there. At the current run rate that Rwanda are going at 4.8, they will end up just around the 96 mark there. Maybe they can push it to 100. Just maybe they can have something to defend. But pretty much that's not how they started. Started around 9 and over. And the wickets have just tumbled almost for nothing.
Good single there by Emil. Continue to rotate strike. That should be the plan at this stage. Muller's just got one delivery to go. He'll want to get out of this over without conceding a boundary. Just close out the over. Ball's a bit too straight there again. Goes down the leg side for yet another extra for close to 10 overs. Botswana had not bowled an extra. Muller's bowled 2 in this over.
Well bowled. Botswana won't mind the one of the last delivery of the over. 15 overs done. And it'll be 75 for the loss of 5 for Rwanda. Oh, there's still one more delivery. I beg your pardon. Rushing to complete an over. Yeah, one remaining. Now well bowled. 15 done. 75 for 5. At one point in time, Rwanda was scoring at 10 and over. That was just after 3 overs. They had 28 runs on the board for no loss. The time they got to the 4th over, it was 34 for no loss. But however, after that, they got to the 8th over only on 50. Wheels started to come off when they got to the 12th over, 59 for 4. Now they find themselves 75 for the loss of 5 wickets with just about 5 overs to go.
An inning of 2 halves, you would say. 2 extremes, one very good, another one flatter to deceive. But there is a bowling change from the pavilion end. Tatayone is going to be operating from that end. A big 30 balls to go here in this Rwandan inning. Rwanda will be hoping to get anywhere about that 40-run mark, get themselves to about 110, 115.
Tatana Tose. You have to go back to the start of your marker. Jean-Pierre Kundo just pulling out of that one. Just went for 6 in his first, coming for the second one. Play down straight. Every run will be important for Team Rwanda. See, the thing with Rwanda at the moment, how they have gotten to where they are, and they had decent start from their opening partnership. However, everyone after that hasn't chipped in. Worked away leg side, but well fielded. You get a feeling that the syndrome that Botswana was suffering in their first 2 games has been transferred to Rwanda. You have the top order firing, then everyone after that sort of collapses.
That is usually a very, very big characteristic with teams that are very top heavy. They put so much dependence and reliance on their openers that more often than not, a lot of their mid-orders are caught napping. But as you rightly stated, but the Botswana mid-order have actually put their hand up.
Going to be just one. Down to long off. The ones won't matter to Botswana. They will be happily or gladly give those away, as long as there are no big boundaries. Tatana Tose has worked hard in the last 3 games. He went for 53 in the second game. He's been pulling his figures back. Went for 20 in the last one.
Good line there from Tatayone. Clear, he's learnt his lesson, not bowling too full. He paid the price, as you rightly stated, in the first 2 games. I'd like to see one of them, at least one of the mid-order batters for Rwanda, put their hand up and actually stand to be counted. They've simply not pitched up in the tournament so far. And neither obviously have the all-rounders.
Into the block hole. Well bowled. And it's a fantastic piece of bowling. Trying to steal a wicket here, you would say, Tatana Tose. He's only given away 4. Trying to finish off well. But I just get a feeling that he seems to be in a little bit of trouble. He's holding his thigh there, just punching there.
Yeah, it looks like he is in some discomfort.
Good over. Finishes it well. 4 given away. And 16 overs will be completed. And it'll be 79 for the loss of 5. Coming to the 16th, there'll be a change in bowling. Michael Badenhorst brought back into the attack. Figures of 2 for 7. There'll be change also in the voice in the commentary box. Bob Bashir comes back. Fantastic afternoon to you, Bob.
Absolutely. The sun is out here. Good signs here at Gahanga International Cricket Ground. As we see that man, Michael, you would ask yourself, where has he been? Cut away powerfully this time round. Up and over. There's a fielder in the deep. Pereira looking for the second one, and they will get there safely at these 2.
Michael Badenhorst had a dream start to his first game of the tournament. Picked up 2 wickets without giving any run away. It was a maiden wicket, a double maiden wicket. Oh, that's up in the air. Could this be the 3rd one? Fielder under it. Wicket keeper. No one was calling for it until the last minute. They end up taking the cash, but it was your cash, my call. And in the end, Badenhorst gets his 3rd wicket for only 7 runs. And what a way to have your first game.
Oh, very good there from Badenhorst. There you see Emiru Kiriza trying to play him on the onside, getting that top edge. Oh, look at those 3 there converging. But again, the fielder believing in his arms, telling the wicketkeeper, I got this, to dismiss, of course. Emiru Kiriza, another batsman in the middle order, doesn't contribute once again for Team Rwanda.
Rwanda now 81 for 6.
I want to come back here for Team Botswana. Of course, at one stage, after 8 overs, Rwanda had 50 runs. You would feel they've switched on the gears is Team Botswana, making sure they don't make Team Rwanda cross that 130.
I get a feeling that now it's going to take a lot from the remaining batters of Rwanda. But still, that 130, it's not far off. You can go for 15 and over. You can try and get there. You can hustle. You can be enterprising to get there. But it'll take a lot. Martin Akayezu is the new batter that comes in. Man, that man with the ball stretching there. Michael Badenhorst, 3 for 9. That's the figures he has. Just at the start of his third over. Just punched down the ground. Hit the sweeper. Shortened his run up. And it's proved to work wonders.
Talking about 15 runs and over to get to that comfortable total for Team Rwanda. That man there, shot number 17, Martin Akayezu, he has a 50 off 17 deliveries. They would love him to replicate that innings. Of course, to stand the chance of getting another win. Down the ground at this time round, straight as a ruler, says Rukundo Jean-Pierre. You would feel that he's now announced himself in this tournament.
Oh, is that a good look? 15 deliveries that he's faced. This one plays it as straight as an arrow. Umpire takes evasive action and goes for 4. Magnificent strike. That's the kind of attitude that Rwanda will need right now. Someone who will believe in their abilities to have a good cameo out there. If it can be a couple of batters, 3 will be better. If they can have that same kind of attitude.
And this should be the partnership, of course, of Jean-Pierre and Martin Akayezu, the 2 all-rounders in the side. Earlier, of course, our co-commentator Davis said in this short format of the game, it's the impact you make. Cut away powerfully, but straight to the fielder. A little bit of fumble, allowing Martin Akayezu to sneak in for yet another single.
Yeah, fumble by Reginald Neonde. Allows the Rwandan batters to get one. Brings Martin Akayezu, I believe, as if that's the over. According to the umpire, the over's done. We will wait to confirm the number of deliveries he has there. Still believe there might be just 1 delivery short, if I'm not mistaken.
By the looks of it here, Eli, it looks like it's over. It is 7 for 6 after 17, as we see that man, Tatayone.
Tatana Tose struggling with his hamstring or thigh. They keeps knocking at it. Targeting the stumps. It's up in the air. On the offside, it'll hit the sweeper. It keeps it down just to 1. Botswana, the ability to believe in themselves in their last game versus Nigeria saw them over the line. Can they repeat that one? If they are able to keep Rwanda just below 100 runs, what a game on the cards will we have here?
To me here, it's been that man there, shot number 17, Tatayone. After, of course, those 2 games, the way he's made try to come back into the action, standing up for his team, bringing out all the experience he possesses. He never gave up. And look at those figures. They know this game, it is very crucial for them. Going for only 11 in his 2.2. He would love, of course, to break the shackles of that 0, the quorum of the wickets. If he can pick up that wicket of Martin Akayezu or Jean-Pierre Rukundo, you would feel that Botswana will be already in the tail. Flashes had not even nearly close to that delivery is Martin Akayezu.
Playing across the line there, Martin Akayezu. Trying to drag it from the offside to the leg side. Doesn't make the desired connection. It's not a bad idea because he's trying to hit it with the wind. And try and maximize with the power that he has to get a maximum. Might need to go across a little bit more. Well, chooses to go down the track. And Tekish outside edge. He'll get a boundary in the opposite direction of where he wanted that one to go. Doesn't matter how they come as long as the runs keep coming.
A much near boundary here for Team Rwanda as they move into the 90s. Taking a little shimmy, not closer, but enough on that bat, allowing it to go all the way to the boundary. You would feel that should be a sense of relief of Martin Akayezu. He can't hit, of course, a long ball. He loves playing at this particular ground. Is Martin Akayezu, a ground that he made that record of the fastest half century.
Bowled him, cleans him up, and the zebra gallops with Tata Natose picking up his first for the match, hitting the top of off stump or top of middle stump between the two there. It'll be another wicket that falls for Team Rwanda.
They see on the replay, takes a little shimmy on that occasion. Top of offer. 1-2 shot, too many for Team Rwanda and Martin Akayezu as he has to depart for his 5 of 5 deliveries. You would see him there on your screens. He knows that he's left out a lot of runs for his side. And his drought of runs continues. Is Martin Akayezu.
Oh, the Polar boys continue to impress here. They're pulling this one back, and they're pulling it magnificently. 92 for 7 is Rwanda. Nadeem Mohammed will be the new batter that strolls into the middle.
It's going to be the left and right hand combination. Can they make good use of that combination? These two up against Tatayone. He's been in fine touch with the ball. When you look at the figures of the previous 2 games of that man, Tatayone, he's been moving at 6 runs and over in his quarter. Very good timing indeed for him to get back to his full form.
5 wickets he now has in the whole entire tournament. He becomes Botswana's leading wicket taker. Nadeem Mohammed trying to push one just to the offside to pick up a run.
5 runs on a wicket in his third over to bring us to the end of the 18th. It is, of course, 92, I beg your pardon, for 7.
Right, it'll be 12 deliveries that remain from here going forward. 92 for 7 is where Rwanda are. How many more can they get? Badenhorst into his 4th, into the block hole. Opportunity for a run out. No one backing up. Garabo holds on to it. Rather give away the single than a couple.
Oh, what a way to start his last over. Of course, that man, Michael, into the block hole straight away.
Providing an essential part of the team here. It's always good when you see a player given an opportunity to play and they come and they bring their best efforts. And they show why they need to be in the team. And Badenhorst just proving maybe could have been just that missing element for Team Botswana. 3 for 16. Bowling to a new batter who's got better confidence and belief in their abilities.
Down the leg side on that occasion. It is, of course, that combination, the left and right hand combination. But again, you would feel on that particular delivery with, of course, Nadeem Mohammed hitting it against the wind and breeze. That should be easy pickings. He's not rabbit with the bat, of course. Short ball this time round, pace on. Telling Mohamed Adil to smell the leather is Michael.
A brilliant bumper from a man with a short run-up. Just bit boomer length in terms of run-up. Extracts magnificent bounce off the surface. Slower, fuller delivery. Dot ball. This is good bowling. Playing with the mind of the batter. Changing the pace up, varying it.
Oh, the man who's been watching a lot of action on the bench. Look at those figures picking up 3 wickets and those 2 big wickets up front. For just 17 in 3.3.
Vinubal Krishna being called to come inside the circle. And then Tatana Tose will go into a long off position. Swing and a miss. Fortunate is Nadeem Mohammed. He'll feel like he missed out on an opportunity to score big.
And that man there, he feels he has missed out of knocking out the off stump. Still more deliveries to come. 2 more deliveries to finish his quarter.
Oh my. That's a terrible one. Even to a right hand, I believe that would have been wide. Okay there. And look at where he lands up. Straying right onto the danger area there. Trouble is when you come around the wicket, you can have that ball into a left-hander. Too wide on both ends this time around. I think he's just trying too hard.
I agree with you. Oh, that's very wide indeed.
Nadeem Mohammed happy to watch that one. Those 2 runs come in handy, pushing Rwanda to 96. Can they get to just past 100? Slow delivery up in the air. An opportunity then taken. Tatana Tose completes the catch. Michael Badenhorst celebrates. He picks up his 4th wicket. Nadeem Mohammed deceived in the flight of that one. Badenhorst, dream start, dream game he's having. 4 wickets he has.
Change of pace there from Michael Badenhorst. Deceived, of course, by that off cutter. And he falls for the trap is Mohamed Nadil. They put that man there, Tatoyone, for that particular reason. And boy, oh boy, he picks up another wicket, make that 4 wickets. Playing his first game.
Rwanda 96 for 8.
Big question here, with 1 more delivery to come in his quarter, can he pick up a 5 for ease, the young Michael? What a dreamer day he's having here.
That will be definitely a dream start. We saw a 5 early on from Henry Senyondo. Can we get another 5 in this game?
We haven't seen a 5 from pace bowlers.
Barros has an opportunity with the last delivery of his allotted 4. Whacked away leg side. They're going to push for 2. Can they get 3? And we'll just be down to 2. But what a moment, what a game for Michael Badenhorst. Finished with the figures of 4 for 19 in 4 overs. The man making his first appearance in this tournament. And he has brought in a valuable contribution. 19 overs done, down to the last 6. It's Rwanda, 98 for 8.
Gonna be, of course, shot number 20, Buemo Kumalo, to close of the innings with the last over. How many more can these 2 out there in the middle add to that total?
Well, if they can get 20, it'll be good for their team. Buemo Kumalo, the man who started things off, will be the man to finish it off. Changing ends, now finishing it off from the pavilion end. Strikes it down, they get 1, they're running. Now, blind running, you would say. almost running himself out there. Desperate for 2.
But again, you would understand that Eric Gimana, knowing that the only recognized batsman is Jean-Pierre Rukundo, trying to make sure he gets back on strike. But that man there, Jean-Pierre Rukundo.
Score your own runs, mate. Don't count on me. You have a bat also. Why do you want it to be only mine?
Knowing that man, Jean-Pierre Rukundo, after making his debut, of course, he's been struggling. You'd feel like he wants to be not out for his side.
First ball went for 1. Big heave, leg side. Is it in the gap? Yes, it is. They pick up 4. Well, it seems like it's paying off. He's been asked to score runs by his partner, and he's doing that.
And they get to that 3-digit mark. His team Rwanda, 103 to be precise. Hit the deck hard. Rocked back on the back foot. What a hit. What a moment for that man, Eric Gimana.
If they can add 20, like I said, it'll be good. They've gotten 15. They gotten 5, 15 to go. That's what they should be aiming to get about. In the block hole, well bowled. They run hard. Can they pick up 2? They're coming back blindly. The throw is to the wrong end. That's good running. They chose to go for the man with the gloves. And they pick up 2 more. 7 from the first 3 here. Half the job is done. They can get 8 more runs. They can get to that feat of 120.
Three more deliveries, of course. These 2 men are putting on a decent score for Team Rwanda. Our flash is big. Beats the fielder at covers. 2 is the call. They're running very hard. They should get 2 runs very comfortably. Make that 9 runs so far. 2 more deliveries to come.
9 runs they have from the first 4. 2 deliveries to go. If they can get 6 more runs. Or if they can get maximums of those 2 deliveries, get 12, and they'll feel better. Try and push as much as you can to get to that 120 mark there.
He has a long off, long on. Deep extra cover.
Now good ball. Very, very well bowled. There was some movement in that one. Bit of reverse swing, you would say. And left Eric bamboozled. Look at that shape that it gets.
Oh, very good delivery there from Buemo Kumalo. Trying to finish on a high. Eric Gimana looked bamboozled on that delivery. He is a bowler, of course. You would expect him to come in the second innings to bowl the first over. Oh, what a hit! Up, high, and 1 bounce to the ropes. What a way to close off the innings from that man, Eric Gimana.
It'll be 111 for 8. That's where Rwanda will finish off, courtesy of that boundary. Too short. Played straight into a vacant region there. On the offside. 1 bounce and 4. And that's what they will be able to get. They will breathe a sign of relief. It might just be enough. But also Botswana, they'll be happy that this is well below 150. Rwanda's betting card, Didier Gubumana, 23 from 29. Oscar Manishungwe went for 19 from 15. Then the other notable scores are from Daniel Gumsenke, 13. Ochide Tuisenge, 12. And then Jean-Pierre Rukundo, 15. And then Eric Gubumana, with those few hits he made, 14 from 6. 5 extras were given to that total of 111 for 8 for Rwanda.
As we see the bowling chart, of course, that man who just finished the last over, Mpumelo Kumalo, going for 7 runs and over for his 31 And that man, Michael Badenhorst, getting a taste to play the first game, picking up 4 wickets with that economy of 5.25. And of course, the spinners contributing. Moloki one more time, picking up a wicket for his 22. And Catlo Pate picking up a wicket in his 4 overs, going for only 15 runs. What a game we have here on our cards. And Rwanda has set 112.
That's how things started off. Magnificent hits that they got earlier on, looking to be positive and attacking Rwanda. They got a good start, going for 22 runs in the first 3. They found gaps all over. Some shortest deliveries they were able to put away. Timing it sweetly was the opening pair. Then Michael Badenhorst started off things. Picked up 2 wickets in his first over. Cheaply, for nothing, literally. The charge came back on. Some magnificence and fortuitous hits here and there. And then Catlopate brought him back. Started to find some wickets. They started. Partnerships never really got going. Marayeva, some feisty blows. And also quick wickets started to fall. Badenhorst, magical touch he had. Continued to find wickets. He has picked up 4. A magnificent hit down the track here. Trying to amp up things was Rwanda. If they could get just above 100, they would say it. But Botswana, we're trying everything that they have to keep them at bay. Badenhorst, magnificent game that he has had here. And the latter stages, Eric Bimwana, some nasty blows, able to take Rwanda above 100. And they'll finish with 111 in the allotted 20. That's what they can acquire. Join us shortly as we will be back with the chase. Botswana needing 112 in the allotted 20.
Welcome back from the break. Rwanda batted first. After, of course, winning that toss, opting to bat first, they could only manage to get together 111 runs. Looking at their batting scorecard, the openers were quick out of the blocks. Didier got 23 of 29. Oscar Manishiwe 19 of 15. Eric did not trouble the scorers. Daniel got 13. But Rwanda generally managed to get to that 111 runs.
You see the bowling chart, of course, led by that man, Michael Badenhorst, picking up 4 wickets with an economy of 5, and he's allotted 4 overs. To me, he's been the pick of the bowlers in the Botswana side. But you'd feel that they have done their part with the ball, being given, of course, the task to chase down that 112 inside their 20 overs. Out there in the middle is the captain, Karabo Muntlaka, and Vino Balkrishna, this time round, are being promoted. With no surprise, it's going to be that man, Zapi Bimenyimana, to open with a new cherry from the airport end. Up against a man who loves pace owner is the captain, Karabo Muntlaka. Left and right hand combination up front for Team Botswana. Of course, they are missing out that man, Kasoman, the man who won most of the hearts of the people here at Gahanga yesterday, coming out with the ninja ankle to make sure they register their first ever victory against the Yellow Greens. He has a sleeping place, is Zapi Menyimana. Interestingly, the fielder at fine leg is inside the ring. Fast ball. Right on the money is Zapi Menyimana. He had a rest yesterday. You would feel he's a little bit fresher at this time. He has a habit, of course, of picking up a wicket in his first spell. They would love him to nick one, of course. If he's the captain, you would feel Team Rwanda will be putting Botswana on the back foot up front in the power play. Soft hands straight to the fielder, Orkidetu Isenga at point.
Well, Botswana, another very top-heavy side. Very reliant on their opening batters. Today, there is obviously going to be a change in that opening slot. We've seen Karabo do extremely well alongside Kasoman. But Kasoman, first change there, is obviously injured. That allows Vinu the opportunity to open alongside his captain. They'll be looking for another good start. They're not chasing too many runs right now.
Soft hands again, guided to third man region is Karabo Muntlaka, and Team Botswana are off the mark.
And with that single brings Vinu Balkrishna on strike. You get a feeling that Botswana started off the tournament by struggling, especially in the mid-order, but the mid-order batters have actually come good. We saw Reggie Nehonde get 60 runs already in the tournament. Just yesterday we saw Pumelo Silas do also get some runs. They'll be hoping they can get some meaningful runs from Vinu Balkrishna alongside Valentine Mbazo later on.
And you feel again for Team Rwanda, Vinu is the man to bowl at. He's been looking for runs in this tournament. A loud appeal on that occasion. And the umpire decides otherwise. You would feel there was some height on that one. He gets away with it, is Vinu.
Looking at the replay. Yeah, obviously height was in contention there. But clearly, a man, you would say that is a little bit short of runs and struggling. Did not seem to pick that one. A bit late on it. Rwanda on the other end will be hoping for some returns from Zapi. He's not been as effective as we traditionally know him to be.
All right, on the money from Zapi Menyimana. Tidy lines up front. Of course, knowing that it is a Sunday here, the crowd is up here in big numbers. We've seen, of course, the chairman of Rwanda Cricket Association, the pioneer, all up there, having a drink, enjoying the game. Last delivery to come from Zapi Menyimana. Oh, lovely piece of bowling there. Plays it back to the fielder at mid-on. He will end with a dot ball, giving away only 1 run in his first over. It is 2 for 1. 2 for not, I beg your pardon, in 1. You see the men there in the pavilion, of course, enjoying the game. That man, the pioneer, Charles Harbour, having a cup of coffee. Leonard Ndamuro, the coach of the women's team. But it's going to be Eric Gimana to bowl the second over from the pavilion end, sharing the new cherry with his senior bowler, Zapi Menyimana.
The Rwandan bowlers will obviously be trying to get perhaps an early breakthrough, 1 or 2, even 3, if possible. They'll be trying to peg back Botswana as quickly as possible. They will know that from the get-go, the required rate for Botswana is already under a run a ball. So for them to make meaningful impact in this game, they need to pick some early wickets and get that, what you'd say, that frail mid-order from Botswana in early.
That would be a dream start if they manage to pick up 3 wickets, of course, in the power play. Soft hands again from that man, Vinu. I'll tell you interesting fact here that Vinu has a century on this particular ground.
That's an interesting one. I know he also has, I think, 100 against Kenya. And he recently scored 100 in Abuja in that tournament. So he's a man, obviously, who's been familiar with getting runs. Much needed boundary for Vinu. Eric strays down the leg side and very comfortably, you would say, glanced down the leg side there. Fine leg. Eric, the other fielder, obviously, a short fine leg, unable to get hand to it.
Into the pads from the youngster, Eric Gimana. Eric again, a short fine leg, caught napping on that occasion, allowing Vinu to get off the mark in style. Sticks, of course, with that man in the sleeps is Eric Gimana. Left that there, but straight to the fielder, Orkidetu Isenge at point.
Again, we continue to struggle to see any swing from the seam bowlers in the tournament. As I said earlier, it's only been Peter Aho who's generated some movement. That lateral movement has been very rare at the Gahanga Cricket Stadium. Maybe something for Didier to think about. You'll need to try and maybe look to shuffle his bowlers a bit more. Try and get Nadir into the attack as early as possible.
Down the leg side one more time. He gets away with it is Eric Gimana, knowing that the fielder at fine leg is inside the ring. Still in the power play. You do not want to bowl those kind of line and length.
He overcompensates there. He will feel lucky that he's gotten away with that one. Could have been worse. But the Rwanda outfield would have taken full knowledge knowing that Karabo Motlanka's track record against right-arm off-spinners leaves a lot to be desired. It would be good to see if the off-spinner can come in early.
On the back foot, run out chance. Direct it goes begging and he makes it look very easy. Is Didier Gimana. Very good presence of mind. To get rid of a man who's been looking for runs. Vinu Barkrishna has to take a long way back to the dugout. His drought of runs continues.
Tapped right in front there over the fielder at point. He slips, unfortunately for him, and Didier does the rest of the work. He obviously is very, very upset with his partner, his captain. He'll feel that he's been sold down the drain.
But again, when you look at that run out, you would feel he's run himself out. Chasing a target of 112, 7 runs on board, just needing under 6 runs and over. Not a good sign. But Rwanda will be very happy to pick up the first wicket. As we see Tarindu Pereira joining Karabo Motlaka. 2 experienced batsmen now at the crease.
Looking at that replay, drop and run right in front of the fielder. I'm not too sure if the run could have been completed either way, but Didier does the hard work of collecting that. Not the best throw there from Ochide. As they say, sometimes to win some of these very close games, there are certain types of dismissals you need. You need a run out. You'll probably need a bad shot from a batter, especially top order batter. If you can somehow find a way of effecting either an extraordinary catch or completing a fantastic run out, you feel that you then will impart enough pressure on the team that is chasing runs. That is exactly the script that Rwanda will need.
And again, ball into the right channels. Try and ball more dot balls to build pressure to the opposition side. Plays it on the back foot straight to the fielder at covers, the young Daniel. If they can keep up bowling in the right channels for the new batsmen, not allowing them to free their arms at top of off kind of line and length. He has a sleeping place, of course. Try and threaten that outside edge. As we just mentioned, you never know. And Didier Ndikogwimana has decided to remove that man in slips, strengthening the offside. Plays it on the back foot. Could feel on that particular delivery, they are almost in the same position as those two. And that should be the end of the second over. After picking up, of course, that wicket of Vino, it is 7-4-1 after 2. Moving at 3 runs and over is Team Botswana.
Not too often will you bat second in a T20 game and not be worried about the required run rate. But Botswana find themselves in a privileged position that the required rate is still already below under a run a ball.
Again, we all know these small targets are always challenging. It's going to be very key to see the approach, how they are going to apply themselves as the batsmen of Team Botswana. That man there, Karabo Muntlaka, the captain, is going to be very key in the chase. A little tad too short on that occasion. From Zabi Menyimana, we saw, of course, this wicket, it is double-paced.
Looking at that slightly short delivery. Ooh, that's kept lower than Karabo would have liked. Those kind of deliveries, more often than not, will put some amount of doubt in batters' minds.
Cut away powerfully this time round. Beats that fielder at pointer. And the ball races away to the boundary in no time. With on offer there from Zavi Menyimana. And he gets the full treatment.
Sorry, short delivery with exactly what Karabo would have looked to pounce on. He's very good with his hands, and anything outside that offside, you feel the fielder could have done a little bit better there to help his bowler. But square on the offside is an area, a high traffic area for Karabo Montlanka. There is a bit of a medical break. Fielder at point, getting some treatment.
When you look at, of course, I know you are one of the best fielders back in the days. When you look at that technique from that fielder, my stuff felt like he was trying to grab a rugby ball.
Well, Rwanda obviously would have wanted him to get anything on his body behind that one, so that it doesn't skitter down there to the boundary for 4 runs, because that boundary, as you would say, has broken the shackles for Botswana, especially having lost a wicket, a needless wicket in the previous over. It appears like the fielder has actually injured himself, and he is being walked off the field alongside the physio. Not the sights you want to see. We wish him a quick recovery.
Not good signs indeed as that man, Oscar Banishime, walks off the field. And the sub fielder is inside. Izainio Mugabo there at point. Very electric, very agile he is, that man, Izainio Mugabo. Much better line there. Well driven from Karabo Montlaka. A boundary and a single. Smart cricket indeed.
Yeah, full face of the bat there. Karabo has his technique basically is built around that forward press from him. So he's extremely strong on that in that offside region. Likes to pounce on anything wide. Very strong puller as well. So he is a reasonably good back foot player. And on this wicket, especially one that is too paced, the ball is not coming through as quickly as many would have wanted. He should be able to do well. He's been a man in form, you would say, for Botswana.
He's been the man on form for Team Botswana for quite some time. Knowing Karabo again for nearly 10 years now. With his technique, you always feel like he's a kind of batsman who gets himself out. Oh, beats the outside edge on that occasion. Is Zapi Benyimana.
Tarindu Pereira will be feeling he's missed out on that one. Wide delivery, short on wide delivery. Threw everything at it, unable to get back to it. Both players will feel they could have had the other's number.
Interesting again from Team Rwanda, Didier, to be precise, the captain. He's kept that man at deep square leg for a short ball. And Zapi and Kubgimana, they haven't bowled any short ball into the pads. Laura Pila. Missing leg, you'd feel. Very good bowling here from Zapi Benyimana. You can feel that the rest of yesterday has really made an impact.
So looking at that, nice straight delivery. A bit too high. Going down the leg side, easy decision for umpire Patrick Makumbi from Uganda. There was some dust there as the ball pitched on the wicket.
Good size, of course, for every spinner in the side. Swing and a miss again, not even close to that delivery. He ends up with the dot ball. Is Zapi Benyimana. 6 runs off his 2 overs. 12 for 1 after 3. Interestingly, no spin coming from the pavilion end. It's going to be the young Eric Kubgimana to ball his second over. We all know Karabo is never comfortable playing spinner.
Particularly right arm off spin. It's been his Achilles heel. So Didier holding back his premier right arm off spinner. But it is Eric.
Is the pickings well driven between those 2 fielders. The chase is on by 3 fielders, but the chase will be in vain. A lovely shot down the ground. A grass cutter from Karabo Montlaka.
Again, we did talk about that forward press. He leans forward, leans into that one. Crisp drive through the covers. Again, 4 more runs in that high traffic area for him. He loves extra cover. The fact that it is open will give him opportunity to score runs. 4 runs scored off the first delivery of the over. As I've rightly been saying, more often than not, the batters will look to make that at least an 8-run over.
Touch and go there from Karabo Mutlaka. Smart batting again. Not the first time we've seen him getting a boundary, and the next delivery making sure he allows his partner to come and have a look.
Tarindu Pereira started out in the tournament as a mid-order batter. Got promoted yesterday to 1 drop, and he did a good job. You would say he was one of the players that put in a good shift in Botswana's successful attempt, not just attempt, successful run chase against the Yellow Greens.
Cut away powerfully. Not enough timing on that occasion. He misses out, you would say here, from that man there, Tarindu Pereira. Given a lot of room to pounce on it. Decides to play it straight to that man, shot number 7, Daniel. And again, they still have that man in the deep square leg. I haven't seen any of these 2 bowlers trying that effort ball into the body.
Beautifully struck. Doesn't get any straighter than that. Tarindu Pereira is on the charge, ladies and gentlemen. Picks up 4 runs. Classy shot from him.
A full ball from the youngster. Knowing we're inside the power play, and boy oh boy, Tarindu Pereira pouncing on it. 1 bounce for 4. Very good shape from that man. It shows you the confidence he has, of course, after yesterday being promoted. Trying to utilize, of course, those opportunities, knowing that there are only 2 fielders outside the ring. They bring in, interestingly, deep square leg is inside the ring. This is now smart from the captain. Deft touch. Getting it down to 3rd man for yet another single. Good over it is. Turning out to be a very good over here for Team Botswana. 10 runs already.
That's always the challenge of conceding a boundary first up. At that particular point, the bowler is already under pressure. And the batters are looking to make full use of that particular over. And Botswana have done exactly that already. Getting 10 runs off 5 deliveries. Rwanda continue to persist with that deep square leg field. I'm not too sure if Eric has the pace to trouble Karabo to get him caught at deep square leg. Leaves the extra cover open.
Down the ground, lovely shot one more time from Karabo Motlaka. Starts off the over with a boundary and closes it off with another boundary. Make that 14 runs coming off his second over is Eric Gimana, and it'll be expensive indeed. 26 for 1 after 4.
Yet again, Karabo Motlanka putting on a batting exhibition. Look at that. Beautiful of a shot. Leans into that one. Forward press from him. Leans into that one. Just talked about that extra cover region for Karabo. Karabo seems to be having a fly in the commentary box. In your frame there, a lot of relaxation there in that Botswana dugout. They know they are in cruise control of these ranches.
Why not when you know you need just 86 in 96 deliveries? And I'll tell you, everyone watching all over the world, that the big question here to the captain is when is Mohamed Nadil coming into the attack?
Especially with not too many to defend. You don't want to give your best bowler very few runs really to defend. The game already be done by that point.
Edged and dropped. Thereby, the wicketkeeper batsman Didier Ndikubwimana. They don't mind how they come at the batsman of Team Botswana. It's that healthy outside edge flying over the wicketkeeper.
Yet again, not enough room there for Tarindu Pereira to work with, but he got enough bat, beating the diving Didier, the wicketkeeper. Unable to get glove to it, but a fantastic passage of play here for Botswana. I just feel Rwanda missed the trick. They should have bowled their slow bowlers a lot earlier.
Into the block hole, well driven, but straight to the fielder. Martin Akayezu. They don't mind these two in the middle. Very casual. Look at that. Karabo Mutlaka telling his partner, don't worry, we got this. Moving at now 6 runs and over. You would feel, of course, with the likes of Rukundo Jean-Pierre, Mohamed Nadil, Emiru Kiriza. Those 12 overs are going to be very key. Soft hands again, touch and go, but straight to that fielder. Isaini Mugabo, very electric in the fielder, is that young man.
Not the greatest body language from the men in blue and yellow on the field. If they are going to find a way of getting a result in this one, they must be able to pick themselves up, but more importantly, must believe that this game is far from over. They must be able to turn things around pretty quickly.
Cut away this time round, straight to Orchidee. A little bit of fumble, Ronald Chancer. Juggles it around is Mohamed Nadil. And this couple for yet another single. You would feel that these are one of those days where the captain goes back to the hotel and be like, why not open with the bowling of Emiru Kiliza or Mohamed Nadil? You would feel for the youngster, very young, of course, in leadership. He was the captain of the under-19, is Didier Ndikubwimana. He's been given, of course, that task ahead after the captain, Clinton Wagumia, missed out due to that injury. But again, you have to adjust as quickly as possible. One of the reasons we are playing all these games here. Make those right changes at the right moment.
Very well struck yet again from Karabo Motlanka. He is looking the part out there. Bobby Ridley, of course, speak about some aspects of leadership. Does take a while to get it right. But at this point, I feel Zappi has done exceptionally well. Having conceded a boundary first up, he's only conceded 5. If he can get out of this over without conceding another, just close out the over.
Edged and taken. Not only closing out the over, he picks up the big wicket over the captain. Karabo Botlaka nicking one to the wicketkeeper batsman Didier Ndikugimana, who takes a very good catch. Make that 2 wickets down. As that man walks back to the dugout, he is livid, of course.
Good length delivery. Karabo attempting to lean into it. Gets a fine feather that flies straight to Didier. Very well taken from one captain to another. Karabo is sent back packing. Scored just 15 of 13. He will be walking back thinking and wondering if that is enough. The men there in that blue and yellow have struck. It is 31 for 2 after 5.
You would feel that this is the wicket they've been looking for. Is Team Rwanda. We all know the damage that man, shot number 10, who walked back to the dugout, can do to the opposition side. Making good use of that. Third over is Zapi Menyamana. It is 31 for 2 after 5. Reginald and Honde joins Tarindo Pereira. Interestingly here, Davis is going to be more pace coming in from the pavilion end. Martin Akayezu.
I don't think Pereira will mind that. In Pereira's 4 innings so far in the tournament, he's lost his wicket a lot more to the spinners. And obviously was run out the other day. Unfortunate run out. But for Botswana, the equation is pretty simple. They need to score at less than a run a ball. Almost no pressure on them.
Oh, lovely pace there from Martin Akayezu, beating that outside edge. And again, now you'd feel that Martin Akayezu is into the attack. Look at that on the replay. Oh, lovely there from Martin Akayezu. You feel with the pace he possesses now, that deep square leg can come in handy. He has the pace to bounce. Tarindo Pereira with his height, of course. They just need to think outside the box. Is Team Rwanda. Driven straight to covers. No run taken. Gotta be very careful again not to pitch it up. We've seen how the outfield is been electric. You would feel anything that passes those fielders in the covers, that would be a boundary.
Botswana need 81 of 88 balls. Back-to-back dot balls from Martin Akayezu. He starts off pretty well. But you get a feeling Tarindo Pereira will know that this game, strike rate for him should not be a challenge. He's on 10 of 15. He'll know that just simply needs to hold an end and stay there for a while. Put together a partnership with Reggie Nehonde, one of the batters in this Botswana team that has scored a 50 already in the ILT20 Continental Cup. Powered by Fancode. Very well struck there. Glides that down to third man. For a single.
Oh, very good over indeed. It is turning out to be giving away only 1 run. Trying to ball into the block hole. Not allowing, of course, these two to try and get a boundary. They need to close off the power play on high after losing those 2 big wickets. But it's going to be that man, the experienced Reginald Nehonde. Scored a 50 next game. Maybe he had an ego. We didn't see him in the next game. But But they have decided, of course, after losing by 10 wickets against Team Rwanda, to bring him back into the side. Oh, beats the outside edge. Pace on from Martin Akayezu. He's been very magnificent with the ball in hand, threatening that outside edge of Reginald Nehonde, the new batsman at the crease. They would love him to close off the over. So far, he has gone for only 1 run. If he can pick up a wicket. The left alone there, white call by the umpire. I love the pace this young man is bowling at, is Martin Akayezu. Generating it from that shoulder, of course. "33 for 2 after 5.5 and needing 79. Is Team Botswana. Martin Akayezu yet to finish his first over. He has a 3rd man and a deep square leg. Last ball of the power play. Full ball beats the outside edge on that occasion. Starts off with only 2 runs in his first over is Martin Akayezu. 33 for 2 after the power play. Needing 79 now in 84 is Team Botswana. As we enjoy, of course, the highlights there. Vino beating that man at short fine leg, getting off mark and ending up running himself out. There you see those lovely cover drives on the back foot from the captain, of course, Karabo Mutlaka. Look at that, leaning forward, beating those 2 fielders in the covers. Up and over from Tarindu Pereira, making good use of the power play. Another lovely shot down the ground from the captain before he departed, of course. That was the edge that went past the wicketkeeper, and that edge on that occasion, Didier did make a mess of that one to get rid, of course, of the captain, Karabo Mutlaka. 33 for 2 after 6. As we also take a short break, it's going to be spin into the attack from the airport end. Mohammed Nadil.
Welcome back this afternoon. It's Zaid Khan here in the comment box, and I'll be joined by Eli very, very soon as we catch into the action of this run chase. Team Rwanda, the host nation, require to save that target of 112. Nadir Mohammed into the attack. Lovely bit of drift and holding it to a tight line. Not trying to do too much here is Nadir. The slip in place, plays it off the back foot. Reginald going off the back foot to Nadir Mohammed. I'm pretty sure Nadir Mohammed is watching him go, play it on the back foot, so a quick one might be on the cards here by Nadir. Gets away with that one, they'll pick up a single. So far they've picked up 2 wickets, Eli. They need to surge those wickets consistently, and the dot balls only build that up.
Tough ask for discipline. Nearly getting through on that occasion. Nadir Mohammed has done well. 2 runs that he's given away. And this first over that is being introduced. 77 needed from 79. Botswana will be watching the ratio between runs needed and deliveries left. Down the wicket, plays it straight, knows that's the safest place.
One thing you can clearly pick out of Nadir's bowling there is the lack of pace. With that delivery, we come to the end of the 7th over. It's 36 for the loss of 2, Team Botswana.
That's Botswana's batting card. Karabo Mutlanka, 15 from 13 before he departed. Vilbala Krishna ran out with only 4 that he added. Terinda Pereira, 13 from 19. An opportunity for Terinda Pereira to show his efforts with the bat, you would say.
Yeah, one and only wicket coming through the paceman. Zapi Morris Bimenyimana. 3 overs is bowled, 11 runs only. Kept it very tight. Picks up a wicket. Martin Akayezu comes in for his second. Another quality bowler. Does he do what's required?
Oh, shot. That's a top shot. Hit the sweeper. Fumble allows them to come back for 2.
Yeah, should have done much better in the deep there, Eric Kubimana. Slightest of fumbles and Botswanan batsmen will take on the challenge. We saw them chasing it down yesterday. Can they repeat the feat today?
Slowish delivery. Taking the pace off on this occasion. And rolling the fingers on that one.
Yeah, nearly chopped that one on. Lucky for Pereira. Got away with it, Tarindo. And it's the variation of pace that will play a major hand for the bowlers, for the run and bowlers here. High pace can lead to some damage. Opens up the face but finds the fielder. Orkide Tuisenge says thank you very much. Awkward position he got into to play that one.
Yeah, cramped him for room. But played it well nonetheless. Just leaning back, creating a little bit of extra room by leaning back and opening the face of the bat, but could not beat the fielder on that occasion. It's now 74, needed from 75. Full toss. Feel that is fortunate just to get one from it. Oh my. Wayward throw.
Yeah, could have hit that anywhere. The throw being a bit extra. Martin Akayezu, understanding the pace he's got is not what's needed here, so he's adapting to the conditions. The cricket gods have been generous to us. No showers today afternoon. Oh, what an effort delivery there. A bumper. Nothing gentle about that one. He's got a smile on his face. Knows he's given him one. Reginald seems to be in a bit of a scuffle here. 1 run off 6 deliveries. Again a full toss. And that will be the end of the 8th over. It's 39. Just 3 runs coming off that over of Martin Akayezu. It's 39 for 2 after 8. At this particular point, still a healthy tug of war between the two sides.
Could go either way. 112 is the target. Botswana just scoring slightly below the required run rate. And they'll need someone to put his hand up. Terinda Pereira has been there for a while. Goes big, goes very, very big. And that'll clear the side screen and the scaffolding where there's a camera platform for a beautiful 6. A huge one.
Top decker. Tees off. Down the ground. Takes the length, takes a shimmy, and bang! He goes down the ground for a maximum. Biggest of the day. That went a mile.
Now the search party will be sent to try and look for that one. And the umpires will not wait for it to come back. The third umpire will come in with a new set of cherries. And I'll have to take a pick from that one. And the batters get a breather to try and get some much needed fluids.
Yeah, Nadir Mohammed over there, attacked by Tarindu. Tarindu was mentally prepared, premeditated shot. He knew what to expect. A slower delivery being flighted at him. Use of the feet. And gave it all.
Oh, indeed, he gave it all. You get a big one at the start of the over and puts you in a better position to face off the rest of the 5 remaining deliveries. You get a feeling that this is what will be consistent with Botswana trying to keep up with the required run rate. There will be certain bowlers that they will look to target. And this matchup here, it's pretty much a good one, you would say, between Tarindu Pereira and Nadir Mohammed.
That is the main wicket they're looking for. Tarindu Pereira. Very handy runs in the chase yesterday as well.
Looking to change his action is Nadir Mohammed. He's coming in and around. Played straight to him powerfully. Begs a lot in the drive, Tarindu Pereira.
Did that one carry? Unless we get a different angle on that one, it looked like it had almost carried, but it was so firmly hit. Might have just popped out of Nadir Mohammed's hand.
Coming down the track, looking to use his feet again. He looks to try to target Nadir Mohammed as Tarindu. He's taken a liking to him.
Yeah, well adjusted there by Nadir Mohammed. Watching the man charge in quite early.
Played through the covers and you just get one. Tarindu Pereira looks to take a lead from the West Indian or Caribbean style of batting. You hit it hard. If it's get caught, make sure a braca finger.
Very, very well said. Very resultful option. Quicker one this time. Orchidea does well. Oh, doesn't.
Good running, taking full advantage of the fumble. And the presence of mind between Reginald Neo and then Tarindu Pereira to be itching and waiting to pick a run. I want to get as many as possible. It's already 8 runs off the over. It's a good one for them because they only need about 5 and over. Into the gap. Good way to finish the over. And they'll get one. 9 overs done, and it'll be 48 for 2 for Botswana. 64 needed from 66.
Nearly reaching the halfway mark. Team Rwanda will be looking to do something out of the box here. Trying to get one more wicket to add more pressure on the Botswanan side. But that man is what they've got to go through. Powerfully hit. Extra cover. But the man does well in the deep. Nadir Mohammed, the ball is after him wherever he goes on the field.
That was neatly timed. He went flying to Nadir Mohammed. though it was hit to the longer part of the field, they were only able to run one. We've seen many who hit it, they only get two. Wide. Next struck.
This is what Rwanda would not want out of their bowlers. Extras coming out of it.
Yep, that extra brings up the 50 for Botswana. Only 50 for 2 after 9.1 overs. Neck and neck with their opponents at the same stage. They were 53 for 3.
Once again goes down the leg there. Martin Akayezu is trying to angle it into the right-hander there. Guilty once again. Can see the angle he's trying to use.
Striving for extra pace. Hitting that hard length. But the line sends that delivery leg side. Needs to give it a better trajectory. Outside off stump or just on the off stump. Oh, almost being sold down Nehonde by Tirindo Pereira there. Had that throw from Okide being on the mark. He could be walking all the way to the pavilion.
Let's have a look at that. Orkide Tuisenge takes a shy at the stumps. Definitely would have seen the back of Tirindo. Massive moment that. Swing and a miss, and that's been given as a wide. Martin Akayezu gives a double teapot to the umpire.
Yep, that line belongs to the umpire. Have a look at that again. Right on it, or just outside of it. Every reason for the umpire to stretch his arms on that occasion. Discipline will be key here because you don't have plenty that you're trying to defend here. So every effort that you are making with the ball needs to be on point. Played well. Too close to cut, but leans back and they comfortably come back for 2. It's good running.
Good attempt there, but the batsman was safe within his grounds, and a shake of the umpire's head there. Excellent running between the wickets. 3 extras coming off that over of Martin Akayezu so far. Something he's been guilty of in the past, being put into pressure situations and gifts away extras. Martin Akayezu is the type of a bowler, Eli, I'll tell you, I've seen him play in the domestic leagues. Doesn't mind taking the risk.
Punch through the covers, an opportunity to pick up a couple. They're running hard. Nadir Mohammed collects, but the 2 is completed comfortably. It's a good over so far for Botswana. They're picking up singles, they get extras, and they're keeping the scoreboard ticking. So very well, they're going at a rate that definitely will be desirable.
Yeah, slowly and steadily just creeping onto the total. 2 more deliveries left in here. Driven. And a fumble will allow them to pick up a single. Not useful to the run inside.
Rwanda getting a bit of taste of their own medicine in the game that they played against Botswana, the one that they won by 10 wickets. Manishimwe and Didier, they ran beautifully for the singles. This is what Botswana are doing to them. Copying and pasting their efforts. It will hurt.
Once again driven. The man at deep point. Just 1 run taken there.
Halfway mark, it'll be 59 for 2 after 10 overs. Run rate is 5.9, required is 5.3. As we have a look at Botswana's betting card, Karama Mutlanka, 15 from 13. Vinubala Krishna was run out for 4 or 5. Terindo Pereira scored 30 from 32. Then Reginald Nehonde scored 4 from 10. And those are the two that are still in. Meanwhile, Rwanda's bowling card, Zappi Morris Pimenyimana, is the only one to pick up a wicket. 1 for 11 in the 3. Halfway mark, 59 for 2. There's a change in the commentary box. Zaid Khan will take a break. And I am joined by Rwanda Cricket Association Chairman, Mr. Stephen Musali. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Fine weather we have here. Is it courtesy of you joining us in the commentary box?
We are enjoying splendid weather. Surprise. We've been worried a lot about the rains, especially in the afternoon.
Oh, big strike. As he talks about the weather, we get a beautiful shot from Reginald Nehonde. Gets a boundary on that occasion. Yeah, the weather today forgiving, you would say.
Quite forgiving. At least acknowledging that it's Sunday. And Sunday afternoon is the best time for cricket.
And best time indeed it is. Rwanda Cricket Association, the proud host of this ILT20 Continental Cup. It's been a beautiful feat of cricket. How would you describe the LT20 in how it's gone so far?
Fantastic. Fantastic so far. At least having been able to pull in all the games. Weather forgiving. The team is quite competitive. Some surprises. Botswana yesterday with that thriller. That is the game of cricket as we know it. Oh,
The game of cricket it is, as we see a fumble there out in the deep. Guilty on that occasion. Trying to stop a hard hit shot there, as you see it in your replay. Too short and pulled away. The man in the deep. Not putting the long barrier there was Martin Akayezu. And that delivery will be put against the bowler, not the fielder. Just walk us through the tournament, how you've managed to set up beautiful facilities like this to be able to host such a magnificent tournament.
it's been a long time coming. A lot of planning, thanks to the team behind it. Pulling this off is not quite easy as it looks. But Rwanda Cricket Association has been there hosting a lot of ICC tournaments, so we at least have knowledge of how to prepare for games, the wickets, the off-field, which is nobody really thinks about, that makes the tournament. The off-field, at times we look at here, but players have to, the transport has to be done, the hotel, people have to rest well, the food on time, hot. Yeah, that is... Otherwise, for you to have this, there's a lot of backroom stuff that is happening. And it's thanks to the team behind the Rwanda Cricket Association, headed by the office, the general manager. Is pulling off this. As the president, I just sit and watch. I only sit and watch this happening. We just let the strategy and the rest to do the details.
Yeah, lots of planning. Backroom staff has been running around to make sure that everything that you're seeing here comes together. And this is just results of planning, long hours in the office, long phone calls, negotiations for everything to come through. And then we also just talk about the team. How would you rate the performance of Rwanda so far in the tournament?
Coming as the least ranked side, we were sure we're going to pull off some surprises. We already gave one to Botswana. More to come.
More to come indeed, as we see a magnificent hit from Terindu Pereira as he sends that one for 6. Magnificently hit. Nadir Mohammed putting it in his arc, but the power that the man possesses, going for the shorter boundary, which is a straighter one, 60-meter boundary, clears it with ease with a few more meters to go.
That's quite unlike Nadir's bowling.
A better performance from Nadir Mohammed. Now you speak of Rwanda being the least ranked team, but they've put up a performance, like you said, against the same team they're playing today. 10 wicket victory that they pulled off. But I believe that there's lots of work that Rwanda is putting into this side to make sure that it becomes a better side.
Indeed, there's a lot of work. If you look at the average age here, we have the youngest squad so far. So I think it's a work in progress. We know it's going to take time. No rush, no pressure. Do the right things, the basics, keep to the basics. If you do the basics right, you get everything right. It's a process.
Definitely, you need to trust the process. Cricket is a game of patience. And when everything comes together, it'll be beautiful. Like the game that we're having here. Just punched down the ground looking for that single. Mr. Chairman, I'd love to put you in the hot seat. You've watched a few games here and you've seen the table. What do you think will be the two teams that will be in that final?
Uganda and Rwanda.
Chairman, going in the two neighboring countries are the two teams that will be in the final. Sees Rwanda in the final. As you see the end of the over, it'll be 12 overs done, 75 runs on the board for Botswana for the loss of 2 wickets.
Indeed, at the halfway mark, Botswana seems to be ahead, but cricket is a very funny game. One good over, and everything could change. You just need to break this partnership.
Oh, definitely it is. Rwanda just need to string up a few dot balls as we have a look at the worm. And the one that is in the darker blue, and that's the Rwanda one. And the lighter shade is Botswana, slightly moving away in a better trajectory. Just 2 bumps on it as yet. Rwanda would love to put as many dots as they can on that one to pull this one back. As we see, Rwanda, you spoke about the average age being a youthful side. Is that a deliberate ploy to have youngsters representing the country at such high tournaments?
It is a build-up to something big. We know where we want to be in a few years' time. So you have to rely on the youth and the young people to work with. And those are the ones who will take us there. So, yes, it's a deliberate plan. Coach Lawrence has his blueprint. We've just played, you must be aware, we just finished an emerging side tournament with Zimbabwe emerging, Uganda A, and Rwanda 11 and...
Oh, big shouts. Rwanda strike. Emilia Rugeriza pitches up one. Totally missed by Reginald Neonde and is found LBW. Botswana will lose their 3rd wicket here. And Reginald Neonde has to go, scoring 10 runs from 18 deliveries. Have a look at that again. Straight delivery, missed it totally. That would have gone to hit middle and leg stump. The umpire, no option but to raise the finger. He has to go 10 from 18. Strike rate of 55. Botswana lose their 3rd.
Commentators cuss.
You spoke that cricket is a funny game, that they just need to bowl in the right areas and things could turn around. Could this be the turning point for Team Rwanda?
Yeah, just keep this guy that side, keep him locked down, a few dot balls, and then the pressure goes to, you transfer the pressure. That's the strategy.
Pressure being transferred there. Magnificent piece of bowling there from Emil Rukiriza. And lastly, sir, before we let you leave, how do you view the call from the teams that you've invited into this tournament by coming through to play here?
Fantastic. There's commitment on the Africa continent to grow this game. So Botswana, Nigeria, Uganda. Malawi would have wanted to come. They didn't have a team. Kenya pulled out last minute. But we're having a meeting right after or during this tournament before the finals. And it's going to be on ILT, the next ILT. So yes, we are thinking of where we're taking this. It's not just one-off. So we're already thinking of the next tournament and the one after. We can only grow by playing more.
Grow by playing more indeed. As we watch that six that was just played here, magnificent hit to the shorter side of the boundary. Beautiful hit indeed. Then lastly, what do you have to say of the Rwanda cricket fans that have come to watch the games that you've seen here?
There's a lot of faith in the squad. There's belief. People understand where we're going and they can see the growth. At times it's easy to pinpoint that you've lost this game, you've lost again, but how are you losing? What are the margins you've lost? What are you doing? You could get bowled out for 70, but the intentionality has to be there somewhere. Something has to show. And if you keep trusting the process, we'll get there. So I think the fans also acknowledge that it's good work in progress. They love the game. They committed to the game. They come here weekdays. Sunday, of course, when you have beautiful weather like this, they'll pour out. And most importantly, if you can see the juniors who are here, these are the next cricketers. Not very many had the chance of watching games like this growing up. All of these kids who are playing now, now the young ones have something to see. They have role models to aspire to. They know what it is. So, yeah, who knows?
Fantastic words there. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We'll allow you to enjoy the rest of the Sunday afternoon watching some cricket here. And hopefully, Rwanda can pull a rabbit out of their hat here.
What is your prediction?
I think it's a tight one. The one who is brave enough will take it.
Well left.
Good cricketer's term. Well left indeed. Thank you so much, sir. Botswana 83 for the loss of 3 only there. With Eric Kubimwana being brought back into the attack. He's only gone for 19 runs in the 2 that he has bowled so far, 2.1. Pamela Silas on strike here, the new man in. Handy knock that he had in that win over Nigeria. Could he see his team over the line here? 28 needed from 40. As I welcome back Zaid Khan.
Team Botswana here definitely in a commanding position. They've got the upper hand on the host side. Just 28 or 40. They've got 7 wickets in hand. Surely cannot make a mess out of that. But it's a game of cricket. Very, very unpredictable.
Anything can happen. Oh, now one going leg side. Wicketkeeper even misses that one. Be wide, called by the umpire.
Game of cricket. Can spend a day playing it, spend a week thinking about that one day.
Well, in this tournament, games are coming in thick and fast. You don't have a week to think about it. Just have a few hours when you lay your head to rest. And you need to re-strategize for the next one. Terindo Pereira on 48 from 41. Good game he's had. He's stood up and he's been counted for Botswana. Oh, finds the bottom edge. Slippery gloves will be his demise there as he loses even his bat there. That's not only the thing that he loses his wicket as well. Rwanda pick up a fourth. Terindo Pereira will perish on 48 from 42.
What a way to depart. The bat goes flying, the ball goes flying into the gloves. Very, very unfortunate for him, but a very handy knock comes to an end. Just 2 runs shy of his 50. But an excellent knock coming at a strike rate of 114. 3 maximums, 3 boundaries to his name in that knock. 13.3 overs have been bowled as we take a break. There'll be a change in the commentary box.
Welcome back, Bob. Game is far from over. Rwanda have picked up that prized wicket of Terindo Pereira, who continues to be very successful for Botswana at number 3. They'll feel they have 2 new batters on the wicket, a chance for them to break through.
Plays it to the back foot. Touch and go batter this time round. Pamelo Silas tells his partner, hold your horse, needing just 26 off 38. Oh, what a gem of a player he is, Terindo Pereira. Indeed, of course, he has missed out on that half century, but you'd feel the impact he has brought into this game.
Obviously massive. Botswana would have liked him to be there at the end of this ranches, but they have lost him. And of course, with that dismissal, in walks Valentine Mbazo. He's literally batted at close to every number in that Botswana mid-order.
Into the pass, flicked away, straight to Lukundo Jean-Pierre. And he gets off the mark is Valentine Mbazo.
Started the tournament batting at number 3 for Botswana. Didn't get much success. Was late, I think, moved to number 4, number 5. Now he finds himself at number 6 with a job on his hands. Luckily for him, the required rate is just a touch over 4. And he's batting out there with a man who managed to get Botswana over the line, nearly over the line, against Nigeria yesterday.
Into the pads. Straight to Eric, distinguished man at short fine leg. Now run taken on that occasion. Wedding over there from the young Eric Kubgiman, getting rid of Terindo Pereira. Giving away only 2 runs. It is, of course, 87 for 4 after 14.
Looking at the Manhattans there, not too many, but you would say that the Botswana Manhattans are making the difference. The 4th over 4, Botswana was a massive one. They got 14 in that one. Later on, they got another one of about 11 runs. That was the 10th over. But that big Manhattan for Rwanda, which was the last over, allowed them to find themselves to get that 111 run mark. Valentine Mbazo will be on strike up against a steaming in Martin Akayezu, who is back to bowl his final over. Big moment here. Didier and Rwanda will feel if they can pick up one scalp here, they will be in that very frail long tail of Botswana and have a chance.
I agree with you. And given that Botswana is not a team that bats deep, they would love to pick one of these two, Valentine Mbazo and Pamelo Silas. Run no chance. A loud appeal there on that occasion. We'll have to wait for that decision from the umpire. As you can see, the 4 is been given by Patrick Makumbi. You would feel there the young Izayini Omugabo was appealing for that obstruction.
The replay will tell us a bit more. Drop and run. Run out opportunity. But clearly the batter never seemed to change direction. Will be unfortunate runs that continue. Literally the ball running down to the boundary. Very similar to what happened in that contentious World Cup final between New Zealand and England. Massive, massive moment in that particular game. The ball ricocheted off, if I'm not mistaken, Ben Stokes' bat and ran to the boundary for 4. Risky single. Throws, but unfortunately for him, the ball ricochets off that boundary and there will be 4 runs. Valuable, valuable runs for Botswana here.
They just need now 20, of course, courtesy of those 5 runs coming off the first delivery of Martin Akayezu. You will see exactly from the body language of the men in blue and yellow. Look to be very disappointed. Tries to cut that one. Beaten by the pacer is Silas. They have the confidence from that young man, Silas, of course, after being the hero for his side to register their very first winner against the Yellow Greens and the first one in the tournament. Edging closer and closer for their second victory is Team Botswana. Into the pads, full ball, flicked and flicked finer. And that fielder, Eric Upgimana, has to play second fiddle on that occasion. Down to 16 runs to get his Team Botswana to register their second victory.
Martin Akayezu guilty of bowling that down the leg side a bit too straight. Aspect of overcompensating, and no way Eric down there at a deep square leg was going to be able to keep that in. Turning out to be a very big over. 9 runs conceded already in the first 3 deliveries. Momentum has shifted back to Botswana. Would have liked to see those 4 fielders in the ring. For Rwanda getting in much closer, because you can tell that the 2 batters will try and pick up, drop and run. They can even get an extra fielder. That extra cover, bring him in to try and put some pressure on the Botswana batters.
Into the body one more time. Look at that shot from the young Silas. Back-to-back boundaries from the man in former, Pemelo Silas.
Martin Akayezu is struggling. Balls that far down the leg side. Easy pickings there for Pemelo Silas. Big moment here. I think he's basically bowled a pretty bad over at the wrong time. At a time when Rwanda would have felt that they had some belief.
And with that boundary is, of course, that 3-digit mark. 100 up comes for Team Botswana for the loss of only 4 wickets, needing only 12 runs in 32 deliveries. And then, Davis, I love the fact that the Botswana middle order batsmen have picked up form at the right time. Not enough timing on that occasion, picking that fielder at short mid-wicket.
I think, as we did state at the start of the tournament, Botswana do have quality in their side. It was simply a matter of time for them to get their thinking caps on and get their very well-oiled machine, you would say, running. And their mid-order batters have stepped up.
Down the ground, straight to the fielder at covers. And they'll close off that over with a single. Very smart batting from these two. It is 101 for 4 after 15. Just need 2 runs and over moving forward is Team Botswana.
Couple of voices out there by the Rwandans. They might feel that they still have a chance. Cricket games continue to serve up spectacles. You want to imagine if they can pick up one of these batters and try and give themselves a chance. We saw how deep the game against Nigeria and Botswana went. I'd have liked to see a couple of fielders into the ring, extra cover, maybe the mid-off, to try and put some pressure on these batters with just 12 runs to go.
Into the block hole on that occasion from Eric Kubgimana. Unnecessarily throw there from the captain. Lucky enough, very good backing up from Izai Niyomugabo. Just under now, 11 runs to Gator is Team Botswana. I'll tell you here, Davis, if Rwanda can pull off a haste here, I'll buy you dinner for the next couple of days.
What a promise. You know what that means. Clearly never ever intended to buy me that dinner.
I would love you to put your bet on the table here.
That would be an easy bet to get. If we can get that long off and extra cover into the ring, the fielders inside should move a bit closer, a couple of yards in. Deny that free single from the drop and run.
Attack on the third man region. 2 is the call. But they are very happy to take that single. I'm talking about that field in the deep. To me, in the chaser, it has been the field setting for Team Rwanda that has cost them a lot of runs. Free runs to be precise. We saw in the first 4 overs, Karamo Motlaka getting 4 boundaries easily. Missing out on that trick of putting that extra cover instead of that deep square leg where he didn't even move an inch in those 4 overs.
I could not agree more. But at this point, Botswana needs single figures, single digits.
Driven powerfully down to that man, deep extra cover for yet another single.
Just talked about it. If just bring the extra cover in, the long off into the ring, just force the batters to try and go over. Create something from nothing. Put some pressure on the batters. Because at this point, they need under 2 runs and over to win this game.
Spoke about, of course, being a leader. That young man there, Didier Nikogimala, is still in the early stages of his career. Driven downtown, straight to the field. Mohamed Nadir denies them that quick single. Much better line there. Just 2 hits away for Team Botswana to register their second victory.
Pin drop silence here at the Gahanga Cricket Stadium. But one particular fan of Botswana, she is right there in the pavilion waving the flag for Botswana. She single-handedly had her voice very loud here at the Oval.
Lovely shot downtown to long on. And they will be very happy to pick up another single.
A bit too easy for my liking. Rwanda just simply going through the procession. You'd have liked them to put some bit of pressure. But Bob, just looking at her there in the pavilion, she is waving the flag from Botswana pretty high.
You'd feel here 105 for 4. 15.5. Even our co-commentator can go out there, Mr. Eli, and get this team over the line. Last ball from Eric Kubgimana's cutter. Into the pass, flicked away, flicked finer. And look at that shot again from young Silas, holding his shape for the cameraman. Another boundary for that young man. He's been in fine touch. Closing off, of course, the cutter of Eric Kubgimana's bowling with the boundary.
Full delivery, drifting down the leg side. Easy pickings there for a man in form. Pomelo Silas pierces that gap at the mid-wicket. 4 runs to the total, and Botswana are 1 hit away.
Very good wrist there from Silas. 3 more to get. I'm not sure I'll be talking about the deliveries left. 109 for 4 after 16. Finishing his quarter is the young Kubgimana picking up a wicket, going for 30 runs. A little bit expensive.
Botswana were really slow to get out of the blocks in the tournament, but they put together, it appears like, back-to-back victories. Picked up a big victory against Nigeria yesterday. They have followed that up with what is appearing to be a victory against the home nation, Rwanda. Rwanda finally getting the tactic right, but it's a little bit too late, bringing a lot of the fielders in the ring. to try and deny that single. But at this point, you feel that Botswana are finally putting together that perfect blueprint for the Botswana side we know them to be.
I'll tell you, this is where Botswana can be very dangerous, of course, picking up the momentum at the right time. Looking to be, of course, back-to-back victories. It's young Emil to defend 3. Goes on the back foot, trying to heave it on the onside. Misses it is Valentine Bazo. The man, of course, who is yet to unleash his potential with the blade. Rocks back on the back foot, and he sends that out of the park. What a way to get over the line and clinch your second victory. It is that man, Valentine Bazo, telling Emil Rukiriza, we've had enough. And they break the shackles, make that 2 wins against Team Rwanda. What a game we've had here, chasing down 112. Inside 16.2, losing only 4 wickets, as we see a bit of handshakes from the 2 sides. Botswana winning by 6 wickets. Look at that on the replay. Short ball, rocked back on the back foot. Gets enough connection to send it over the ropes for a biggie. To finish off the game, winning by 6 wickets is Team Botswana. But again, of course, earlier it's Team Rwanda who won the toss and decided to have a bat faster. There you see the batting card for Botswana. The captain had to depart for his 15 of 13. Nothing much from Vino, who was being promoted once again. But that man, Tarindu Pereira, putting on a show, 48 of 42. Of course, he missed out on the half century, but you'd feel for him. He made a very big impact in today's winner.
Looking at the bowling, there not much delight there in that wicket column. Only Zapi Bimenyimana picked up a wicket, went for 13 in his 3 overs. Eric picked up 1 wicket, went for 30 in his quarter. Emir Ruchiriza picked up 1 wicket, went for a very costly 23 runs in 2.2. Otherwise, not much delight for anyone else, allowing Botswana to chase that total of 112 for the loss of just 6 wickets. Looking at that, the match highlights, you would say, Vinu started things off. There was a run out there. Vinu found himself wanting. He was caught out of his crease. Karabo played some elegant square cuts. Pierced that offside field yet again. You can see leaning into that one. Pereira played a handsome, beautiful shot over that mid-on region. Karabo continued his fine work, piercing that vacant extra cover region. Pereira managed to find enough wood on it. And there it was, the big outside edge of Karabo. Dust down the wicket. Cleared that foot. And cleared the big 6. Short delivery there from Emil Ruchiriza, was sent down to the vacant mid-wicket region. Another boundary poorly fielded down there with Martin Akayezu. Pereira took a liking to the short delivery there from Nadir. Emil Ruchiriza, he finally found a wicket. He got Regine Honde trapped in front. Pereira yet again took a liking to the full delivery from Emil. Short and wide delivery. Pereira lost his bat in that one, but a faint edge got caught. Big over this was. Ricocheted off the bat of Pomelo Silas. Run down the boundary for 5 runs. This was a big over, 4 runs. Went to fine leg. It was followed up by another boundary. Short delivery yet again to that vacant fine leg region. Big over turned the game. And yet again, Eric was clipped off his hip. Short delivery, closing the game by Valentine Mbazo. Big maximum down there, deep square leg. Nearly took out the medical staff. And that is the standings. The match summary quickly. Rwanda won the toss, selected to bat. Only got 111 runs for 8 wickets. Didier top squad got 23 runs. Oscar Manishiwe 19. Rukundo managed to get 15. The pick of the bowlers, the debutant Michael Badenhorst picked up 4 wickets for 21. Kadlopet picked up 1 for 15. Tateweni picked up 1 for 15. The batting for Botswana, Tarindu Pereira led from the front, got 48 of 42. Pomelo Silas 15, not out, and allowed Botswana to win this game by 6 wickets. The standings: Uganda sit top of that log after 5 games have won 5. Nigeria, after 5 games have won 2, sit in second. Botswana have crawled up to third after picking up the second victory. Rwanda sit rock bottom. Tomorrow's matches, first up in the morning, Botswana will be up against the table leaders, Uganda. And in the afternoon, the home nation, Rwanda, will be up against Nigeria, trying to get their campaign back on track to pick up a victory. Nigeria will be looking to pick up a third victory in the tournament. And do stay with us as we will be going to the post-match presentation.
Good afternoon and welcome to the post-match presentation of Matchday 5, game number 10, that features the host, Rwanda, taking on Botswana. Rwanda won the toss and elected to bat first, something they're doing for the first time in this tournament, and somehow they only managed to get 111 runs on the board. Botswana chased it down with ease, winning this one by 6 wickets. We'll have a chat with Rwanda's captain, Didier. Didier, you won the toss, chose to bat, something that you did for the first time here and didn't work out. Where do you feel it went wrong for you guys?
Okay, we thought the pitch was looking good, so we thought we were going to score many runs, but didn't.
And then looking that you had beaten Botswana earlier on by 10 wickets, and now it's reversed. You guys lose by 6 wickets. How is the team taking that?
Okay, the team is good, and the problem was we didn't score enough runs, so that's why.
Right, what would you look to change going forward from here?
We need to work on our mid orders, so they need to work on their skills so that to continue in the next games.
Thank you so much and good luck your next one. As the captain of Rwanda. Now we'll get to the player of the match presentation, our third umpire, Gaston Yibizi, who will come through with the trophy for player of the match. Notable performances that we can take note. Tarindo Pereira of Botswana's 48 from 42 was a magnificent stiffer performance. But the player of the match will go to Michael Badenhorst, who picked up 4 wickets for the cost of 13 runs and bowled 21 dot balls. He'll smile for the camera, picking up a notable performance, playing in his first match in the tournament. Thank you so much, Michael, to stay for have a chat with me. Michael, your first game in the tournament, you come through, and what a match-winning performance you have, picking up 4 wickets. How does it feel?
It feels great. Obviously, I'm not happy to be sitting, but I'm glad I could do a job for the team.
A job that you did for the team. Now, walk us through some of the moments in the game when you were given the ball first up. You shortened your run-up. Was that intentionally, or your run-up is really that short?
I get a lot of flack for it, but my run-up is definitely that short. Unfortunately, yeah, it's something I want to work on, but it is that short.
Congratulations, Michael.
Thank you, thank you.
As player of the match, Michael Badenhorst. Now we'll have a chat with the winning captain, Karabo Mutlanka of Botswana. Karabo, you're now making it 2 in a row. How do you feel as a skipper?
Of course, very pleased with the win, and probably more pleased with the performances that we're starting to put together.
But however, the job is still not done. Plenty of games that are coming up. How are you guys going to stay positive?
To be honest, I think it's not too difficult to stay positive when you're winning. But I think the guys, like I said, physically we're in good condition for the most part, I would say. And yeah, we have faith that if we keep doing the right things, we'll keep winning more matches. Yeah.
Congratulations. Good luck in your next one.
Thank you.
That's it from this post-match presentation. Tomorrow we have another set of matches that will be lined up as Nigeria take on Rwanda and then Botswana take on Uganda.
The match summary there. Rwanda won the toss, selected but first could only get 111 runs for 8. They were led by Didier, who got 23 of 29. Oscar Manishiwe 19 of 15. John Pierre Rukundo got 15 of 19. The pick of the bowling. Michael Badenhorst, who is obviously the man of the match, picked up 4 in his first game of 21. Padlock Clay picked up 1 of 15. To similar figures for Tatayone to Kotse. Botswana in reply just down this total in 16.2 overs, led by Tarindu Pereira, who got 48 of 42. Pomelo Salas was not out, 15 of 12. Karabo Modlanka, 15 of 13. Not much success for the bowlers of Rwanda. Zapi picked up 1 wicket for 11 runs in his 3. Emil 1 for 23 in 2.2. Eric Kubimwana 1 of 30. Botswana winning by 6 wickets. And the winning moment, ladies and gentlemen. Milo Teresa bowled a slightly short one, and there it was. Valentine Mbaso muscled it over that big boundary for a maximum, nearly taking out the medical staff down there. That was the winning moment for Botswana as they pick up their second victory in the ILT20 Continental Cup, powered by Fancode.